Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, Andrea.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Hi, Carlos.
Hello. How are you doing?
Amen. Hi, Steve. Hi, Jason. Oh, wow. Great to see. Great to see everyone. Yeah, let me bring up the notes. I put a note in the channel, in the Slack channel, that well, we don't have much of an agenda for today. But yeah, if folks have updates or things that would like to discuss, please bring them up. But let me start getting the
Slack
notes up.
seems down for me.
Oh,
Yeah, seems Slack is down.
you mean the CDF Slack?
Slack is having an outage or has been
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's no work today.
Okay, interesting.
Same for me. So I can report from Africa that it's also down.
Okay.
It's unfortunately up for me.
It is for me as well. I don't know. I didn't realize that.
Oh, let me close it. Try open it again. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That usually works, but um,
It's definitely down.
needs to be some regional.
Yeah, it must be regional. Yeah.
um, s- All right. Well, it's 3 past. Let's say let's get started. Let's kick off. So well, yeah, welcome everyone to the TOC meeting. Today is February the 26th. My name is Andrea Frittoli. Feel free to sign yourself in. Let me put a link to the notes on the chat in case anyone is missing it. Yeah. Yeah, you can either put your name in black here or add your name, the list of other attendees. Welcome, Steve. I believe it's the first time I see you on the TOC meeting. Is that right? Sorry, if you're talking, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
I think he's muted.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's. I think I heard something for a second.
How about can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's my first time I've attended. I can give a quick introduction. Steve Carter, been with Ericsson since 2015. Responsible for DevOps and methodology in the professional services group. We operate a developer IDP platform for solution development, which takes our products, integrates them to create a solution, and then we automatically deploy and upgrade those solutions at customer sites.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, thanks for introducing yourself. Do you have any special expectation for the meeting today or from this group?
No expectations. Just always interested in forums where they're discussing continuous delivery, and I follow the Linux Foundation's blueprints and such. Try to rationalize those with reality. So, had an opportunity to join today with no meeting this morning, so thought I'd jump on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for joining. Right. So, yeah, unfortunately, as I was saying today, I don't have much to share. So there is one reminder that Ericsson shared for the projects. So every quarter we collect project updates from all the project. We have a format for that. No, that's not the right link. Okay, let me bring up the right link. Right, so in the TOC repo for the CD Foundations, CD Foundation, and the projects, we have an update template. So with the format for the updates, and then each project every quarter shares their updates. So they look like this. Features and according to the template, basically just a few.
Are you sharing your screen, Andrea?
I'm not, obviously. I thought I was.
Oh yeah,
gosh.
no worries, no worries.
Thanks, Ben. Okay. Okay, let me start again. So, right. Project updates. We have on the TOC repo. I just put the link here in the notes. Yeah, and basically every quarter we get some updates from the project. Like for all the different projects hosted by the foundation, like for instance for Telius, we had Q2 24, Q3 24. We didn't do Q4, and we're going to have like Q1 25. And so we have any update that is available on roadmap, features, adoption, etc., etc. So for each project, we're looking forward to get a PR until the beginning of March. So if you represent or have contact with one of the project, please bring this back to the project, and that we are looking for updates until the end of February for this. Yeah. In terms of updates from the various interest groups, there was another meeting for the CI/CD cybersecurity. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend that one. I don't know if anyone as part of the SIG is here or is able to provide any updates. Usually Tracy is the one who gives us updates on that, but she's not here today.
Just one comment on that. From an industry perspective, we're seeing a trend emerge rapidly to provide zero CVE solutions, and to the point where it's a go no go decision point. Makes for an interesting business challenge with open source and 3TPs and so forth.
Yes. Okay. So is that something that that might be a good topic to bring to that group?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's going to become a problem for those in the telecom sector anyway. But I think the open source community in general is going to eventually feel that as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic because there's usually a lot of noise in terms of CVEs. I mean, it's for sure it is possible to reduce the surface of, you know, the amount of software to use like minimal container images and reduce the number of CVEs available. But there is also a lot of CVEs that are out there, but they're maybe not necessarily applicable. So
Right. And there are vendors that have solutions with SLAs in the realm of 4 to 8 hours for open source, you know, specific open source packages. But it would be interesting to see the open source community take on that challenge. Commercial offerings are always expensive.
yes.
And zero is like quite ambitious. I don't know how that's gonna work, to be honest. Like CVEs, like they just kind of like come out of the woodworks, right? So like, you know, getting it to zero, I think it's gonna be very, very tough. I
Yeah.
think if we lessen the scope, maybe not zero, maybe just like to a few, and then also maybe say only for high CVEs that are of high severity, might be a better approach because zero is just, yeah, I don't know how that's possible, to be honest.
It's possible when it's combined with an SLA and a set of requirements around that SLA. To give an example, a customer said that for all critical defects, they must be resolved and an upgrade must be done within the 30-day window. For all highs, 60 and then so forth.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
on.
I think highs and criticals, that makes total sense. But I just don't see, like, for instance, if I got an SLA for like even for a low, and the low is like something that it's just a library I include, but we don't use it, like I'm probably never
Right.
gonna change it, right? Because we don't use that portion of the code, but it's just in there, right? So I'm curious. I'll you know, like I said, I'll be more curious to see how that plays out, but it's definitely very ambitious.
Yeah, I
think-
don't disagree, but it's a business requirement in the contract with customers. It's new as of very recent,
But it's just, and frankly, it's just not going to happen open source without commercial
Yeah.
commitment to the projects. And that's just a reality that, particularly for contributors who are doing some of this on their spare time, for some of these projects, it just doesn't happen because the complexities of some of those. I mean, Spinnaker's a perfect example. We had one, oh yeah, you need to be on Spring 3, which has such breaking changes
Mhm.
that it has been very time consuming without a commercial contract to provide the impetus for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and like I said, like it's pretty, like I said, it's very ambitious. And to Jason's point, right? Like I can understand this for like very not complicated pieces of software, but the more and more complex the software gets, we're like doing a dependency update, especially if something that's like a core dependency. Not only do you have to worry about like migrating anything, you also have to worry about breaking changes, right? So if I'm open source and breaking changes is like my number one, you know, thing that I don't want to do for my users and customers, then that's going to make
Right.
it very, very difficult for me to update unless it is like a critical or high. And that's why I was thinking like that's probably the better approach to go. But zero, like I said, just doing zero flat out for all of them, like, yeah, that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting dilemma to be in.
I mean,
Because oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking of Weaveworks and Flux, wasn't it? And that's the challenge the entire industry has a little bit with open source is really the commercialization of the product in order to do that effectively has to be there. And in many cases, what we've seen is lack of contributions to support these. So,
Yeah.
and again, the perfect example is I'll use Spinnaker. And when Armory was doing it, that was part of the sales for Armory is that we would regularly patch the project. Now, Armory has since, for all intents and purposes, ceased to exist. And the result of that is a lot of those contributions have dropped off because there isn't a commercial incentive anymore. And that's what it comes down to, is that companies weren't contributing, or they would fork or go internal and not contribute such patches. And without those contributions, just saying, hey, go project, update your code is not typically very helpful. And I say this as the SIG security lead for Spinnaker. I would get so much, hey, you've got the CVE. And I'm like, hey, where's your PR? And the answer would be nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. My concern though is, and this is limited to a very few customers at the moment, but if it spreads, it'll be more problematic. But my main concern is their remediation requirements are, if you can't fix it in the open source, you have to remove the open source. So it's going to present an interesting dilemma if it starts to spread.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this seems very like a perfect ideal world. Like I said, it doesn't seem very practical, but yeah, let's just see what becomes of it. Because yeah, like I said, we can spend all day talking about the difficulties of it.
Right.
But you know, if people are willing to make the changes and get people to do the work, then I'm all for it. You know, less CVEs the better. You know, I'm not saying, you know, we shouldn't do it,
Right.
but like it's very, very difficult.
Agree.
Sorry, I've been pasting some information here in the notes about the CI/CD cybersecurity group, apart from the notes. So I think it meets on Tuesdays every 2 weeks. And that's at 4:30 p.m. in UTC time. I don't know if there is yeah. And there is a Slack channel. So if you're interested in joining, or anyone is interested in joining the meeting, I would put a note on the Slack channel once Slack is back online, and ask to be added to the invite, because I think, yeah, this sounds like a good topic to bring to that group as well. And I shared the notes for this discussion and the recording with Tracy. Yeah, from that group. Cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing this up, Steve. In terms of the best practices and MLOps groups, these groups, they have been relatively inactive in recent times, and so we wanted to discuss basically strategy. What do we want to do next? Is there a way we can attract more contribution to those? We invited Terry, who's the chair for both of them, to the talk, the TOC meeting, to this meeting. He's away this week, but hopefully he'll be able to join the next meeting so we can have a discussion about those. Yeah, so in terms of CDCon, the only update I have is that the CFP is now closed. So yeah, thanks for everyone who submitted a proposal, and good luck with your proposal. I don't know if there is anything else folks would like to share about CDCon, or that they know about. The conference will be in Denver this summer. It's one of the tracks at the Open Source Summit, North America.
Oh, really? It's in Denver this year?
Yes.
Oh, great. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it's a very nice conference actually, and I think I really like the format with CDCon being one of the tracks because you have a lot of good content from the Open Source Summit, and then you have in the various days of the Open Source Summit, you have CDF talks as well in one of the tracks. So I think it's been quite a good format in the past. So I recommend it if you can be there.
Yeah, I live in Boulder, so just down the street.
Okay. June.
It says it's in Seattle, or is that different one? Oh, that's the Open Source Summit. I see.
Yeah, I put a link to it. Yeah, it's the Open Source Summit. Seattle is it KubeCon you were looking at, or?
It was CDCon. Oh, it's 2024. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Anything else from anyone they would like to bring up today to the group? If not, we can close it early this time.
Just like more of a personal question, Andre. Are you going to be at CDCon this year in Denver, or?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I might. I'll try to be, but I'm not sure.
Okay, keep me posted because I do have a CD events talk that I submitted, and if it
Okay.
does get accepted,
Mhm.
we might be able to do like a share talk on that. It's about the link service, if you will, try to get more people, knowledgeable on it essentially.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Cool.
Thanks, Ben.
But yeah, I had nothing else, so I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's accepted. Yeah, good luck with that. All right. Well, great to see everyone. Nice meeting you, Steve. And have a great rest of your day and your week. Until next time.
Thanks everybody.
Everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Goodbye.